this project. He helped me
in this project.
This is
He helped
Tyler
me figure
Henderson,
out
who helped me out
lighting,
setting up a
final
lot of
light
this stuff.
and then a
We've got a key
diffuse
light
spot,
and then a diffuse spot,
that all forms.
and then
this
that all forms.
And you can
this
see
look.
here in this clip just the way the lighting is set up to kind of highlight muscles. This is kind of funny.
And we're going to Kroger. We're gonna try to find some wax. Bedoinkle.
Do you see this?
Why kid shower cap? Does that baby have a perm? Alright, those aren't big enough though.
We were trying to find waxing.
I need like
pads.
something the size of it.
I just shaved now, but I
paper.
decided waxing would be the best, but it's very expensive and I'm not sure it's all together. This is awful.
Oh, it's still burning. Don't put your hand on it, Jesus. Oh, it's all red.
Failed attempt yesterday to do a self-waxing. We're going to this place at Calypso, South Main Street, to get it professionally done and finished up.
Wax. If you want to keep it up, you
This
can.
is just,
Okay.
I don't even want to talk about this. It's just so painful.
Quick touch up.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Okay. How long is it gonna?
It's probably going to take me 12 to 16 weeks.
Cool. So much better.
Are we gonna do the armpit?
No.
We can't do the armpit.
You gotta at least trim those boys, Charles, because they are like, they're creeping up towards your nipple.
I'll trim them.
I mean,
Jesus,
like,
we're not going to wax my armpit.
They're clearly already trying to fill the void of your chest hair. That's not happening. Armpit was like, we're not gonna find
How many do you think you have?
I don't know. Maybe 15, 20.
That was a miserable experience. This is just, you know, a quick glimpse of like, you know, every 3 or 4 days we shoot another pass, and this is how it works out.
What are we gonna be doing? Is the dolly all set?
Here, watch this.
You need to go.
You need to go back a little bit on the dolly. Okay. Keep going.
Very scientific system here.
Keep going a little bit.
But this is what Joe told me to do, and it works great. This is looking through the Red Lightning software to make sure the alignment is right. And this is Jessica operating the Cooper.
And then load move, CTL weights.
Okay. We're lined up on screen. Okay.
We're lined up on the calibration.
You feed this one, Charles, and I'll hold these in it.
Okay. Alright. See how I'm holding it up like that? Nope, that's perfect.
Hand.
Right in the eye. Right in the eye.
Sorry. So
Yeah, just
kind of put it down.
Computer monitor that's basically gaff taped to a
about there.
crappy lighting stand.
Alright. That's Atlas right there, those marks.
Washed out.
It's because I'm so white.
This is how I align my body, by looking at this ghosted image. This is just some final notes. I can't remember where I read this, but this stuck with me, is what gets measured gets done, using technology for body management and visualization. The pre-App Store, kind of iPhone mania, a programmer and I, a guy named Nick Piasecki, who graduated 2 years ahead of me at Tech, came up with this software where you could actually, I could take pictures of everything I ate using the iPhone's camera, email it to a server, and then record pertinent health information. And I could also record my cardio workout and my strength workouts. And it kind of ties in this idea of using these things called everyday, or what I call everyday capture devices, which are, back when we did this 2 years, or when I started on this about 2 years ago, it was it was less prevalent, but today it's very prevalent, where people have so many cameras that are video enabled and high resolution picture enabled and data enabled that you can use these pocket devices to capture all this information about your life. And in my case, I was using it to document my health and my weight change. So we talk about webcams, digital cameras, embedded video cameras. This is a kind of neat little time lapse. I worked with another programmer named Paul Williamson to kind of figure out the structure of how the original site would work, and we took it down because I moved on to some easier to use tools, but basically it was a timeline-based blog system that showed in 2 panels on the right what I was eating, how I was exercising, and how I felt, and then anything related to that day. And then you could kind of scroll this timeline at the top to see this information over time. So it was about creating a public site that would allow transparency into my project, the process, and my eating habits, weight loss, life, etc. But this is kind of how all neat websites begin, I guess. There's a lot of frustration working on this. Also, I'm come from graphic design, so there are a lot of things I learned you just cannot do in terms of animation and special effects on a very simple kind of database-driven website. But that's kind of a progression there of how the site took shape. What I noticed when I started this project was that the food tracker I was using, where I had these photos update in real time via the cell network to create this real-time record of what I'm eating, the first thing I noticed was how much crap I was eating the first week and what my eating habits were. And it allowed me to see exactly what was going in my body and everybody else. So in about a week, I was able to just say, whoa, this is bad, I really correct this. And that's kind of why I like to play up this idea of your eyes are bigger than your stomach. Your eyes are the best way to tell you what's going into your body, and if you can see a record of that, I think a lot of people would change their eating habits. Also, we allowed people to comment on what I was eating, and so this first one is kind of funny. Jessica, who I hang out with a lot, said she saw me eating a few Teddy Grahams on Monday, and I didn't record them, so she held me accountable to it. So there's definitely a social aspect to this site and how it worked. And then this one down here is my mom telling me how to cook with a Calphalon pan. But there's this personal aspect that I was talking about a little bit earlier. You can see day 1 I had Yoo-Hoo, Diet Coke, garlic bread, cheese pizza, and then day 37 I was eating salads and buffalo meat and special K-bars and things that are just generally much healthier. There was a great book called What the World Eats that I got a lot of inspiration from on visualizing food. This book basically puts out all the food that somebody, I think, eats in either 6 months or a year from all around the world, different countries. And it was interesting to see, finally when we got to America, what Americans eat. It was almost depressing, but it was it kind of started that idea in my head of visualizing food. The exercise was a little more difficult. I couldn't photograph myself, so we came up with an icon system that was either cardio or strength. but it allowed me to kind of keep track of how many calories I was burning, and I used a bunch of different internet resources to kind of calculate how many calories I was burning and things like that. But it was definitely a major component of this.